Shalom, Kal Halalim La Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of GMS who I learned this truth from and who rule well. And salutations and blessings to you elect, starting with the 144,000 and the rest of the 1/3. So, as you see before me, this is a book that, you have much controversy over. And it's, for the most part, it's really a simple matter. All right, the book is called the Demonology. Okay, I believe it was actually originally called Demonologia, like in the Latin, by King James I. And I actually remember seeing this to a Telegram channel I was subscribed to. Right, Telegram is an app. Most brothers know. Some brothers use it. You have a lot of information that can be processed. You can have a lot of knowledge, but knowledge you know, isn't a direct correlation with wisdom. Okay, it just means to know. So you can know a ton of garbage as well. It won't profit you. But I seen this book the first time from there, and people were saying, "See, King James the first." Because at first, look, the attack was King James. He's a mole, right? He's a $3 bill, so to speak, um, because the rumors and the slander, really, it was really slander on part of Jesuits. And you had this Guy Fawkes, right? He was a Jesuit, which, when you watch that movie Vendetta, which is a good movie, that's based on the actual character of Guy Fawkes. And they actually tried to explode. They tried to blow up King James in his castle. All right, they tried to blow him up in his own castle. Right, the saying was, "We want to blow you back to your Scottish mountains." Okay, and that was an Edomite a ploy, a plot. All right, because King James, contrary to popular belief, was a so-called dark-skinned, swarthy man. All right. But anyway, the first slander was he was a flamer, right? And the second thing now was that when that didn't work, when that was debunked, because look, he authorized a great work, right? 42, I believe, scholars who translated the original tongues, the Hebrew, Greek, and Latin, into the common English that people can understand, right? Because you had the scriptures for the most part in Latin. You have a version of the scriptures called, today, you go on your Bible app, it's called Latin Vulgate. Okay, the Vulgate. But guess what? That wasn't common for people because majority of people couldn't speak Latin. All right. So King James, what he did was, look, he wanted he wanted the common people to read the scripture, so he translated it with a great um, uh, 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 accuracy. For the most part, a very endeavoring work, man, a hard work, where he authorized those scholars to work tirelessly to translate the scriptures in the best way he could, from the original tongues, right, into the English, pretty much. So they wanted to demonize this guy. So the second demon, the slander was, oh, look, he wrote a book on demonology. He's a demon. He was a warlock. He was a Satanist. He didn't believe in the scriptures. He misled people, and so forth and so on. You can just keep rolling with the story. But look, man, the common people are stupid. You people are really stupid. You're really dull. You're stupid. You're not sharp. You know, you see a highlight and you just run with it, like a TikTok video, and oh, look, this happened and that's true. Let me just, broken telephone that shit, and put your own spin on it and mess it up even more. But you people are common. You commoners, you're really stupid, and a lot of you people, like Apostle Tahar said, you really have no business even touching the scriptures, man. You just need to shut the fuck up, because you're actually condemning your own soul, man. You're adding or removing from the scriptures. That's gonna be a big charge in the day of judgment. In Yahweh Shabbat, the valley of Yahweh's judgment, man. That's gonna be a great fucking charge, man. Anybody that opened their mouth and started teaching nonsense, You're gonna be pointed out for that, man. That's a big fucking charge, man. All right. But anyway, let's get into this. So this is the book Demonology. Now, this book, let me just see. Let me just go here. First of all, let me just bring out a little history. I just wanted to do this. James the sixth and the first. This is how they portray this man. And he was from the house of Stuart. See? The house of Stuart. Now, the house of Stuart, originally spelled Stuart, was a royal house of Scotland, England, Ireland, and later Britain. The family name comes from the office of High Steward, and a steward is what? A caretaker. When the elect is going to be established as an authority on the earth, they will be caretakers. They're going to be rulers in upper echelon, but they're not going to be gluttonous. They're not going to be lackadaisy. They're not going to be lascivious. They're not going to be excessive. They're going to be humble rulers. But Jake, you know how Jake is. We got salt, we have flavor. We're going to do it in an amazing way. Okay? But at the same time, we're caretakers, man. We're caretakers of the earth. There's going to be natural things we're going to have to do. We're going to have to restore the balance of the earth, man. We're going to have to restore the planet, okay? From the filth, from the microplastics, from all the shit that can't be biodegraded in the earth, from certain poisons, from the oils in the water, the garbage, all that nonsense. The natural ways of life are going to have to be restored and taken care of. Okay? And you other nations are going to be a part of that, and you will be judged if you don't partake in that. You will be judged once you uh, uh, you know, uh, um, mess things up in the environment, when you cause havoc to the environment. All right, and there's not going to be a fucking what's that? The Ganges River. Where just shit it, you just shit and piss in there, throw garbage and dead bodies. No, there's not going to be any of that shit. Okay, there's not going to be this filth in the earth, man. There's going to be cleansiness. Okay, so the House of Stuart, right, which had been held by the family progenitor Walter Fitz-Allen. So I wanted to bring this out because look, the word Stuart, even that's where you get the word Schwart, which means dark skin, dark. Stuart. Okay? Now this is from a book called When Scotland Was Jewish. Okay? By Elizabeth Caldwell, Hirschman, and Donald N. Yates. And this is from page 8. Okay? Page 8. Let's start about here. As cursory inspection will affirm, none of these prominent Scotsmen looks typically Scottish. In fact, they appear rather dark and Semitic, yet here they are, Scottish aristocrats. The Scottish royal Stuarts, right, were equally dark and Semitic in appearance. Of Charles II's dusky appearance, his mother, Queen Henrietta Maria, had been half mortified, writing after her confinement that the child was so dark she was ashamed of him because he was quickly dubbed the Black Boy. And you can look that up. Charles the Black Boy, okay, Stuart, or Charles II the Black Boy, right? You even have I believe it's a pub or an inn. Like you have the European inns. Like you have in America, in the West here, you got Holiday Inn. That's a hotel. You had inns, right? Where it's like a hotel type, in Europe, and it was called the Black Boy Inn. You can look it up. Go Google it. Black Boy Inn. Okay, INN. So when you look this man up, all they say is, oh, his eyebrows were dark, his eyes were dark, his hair was dark and curly, so they kind of called him a black boy. No, Isa. Okay, you damn devil, man. They're saying they were black, dark skin. Okay, he was quickly dubbed the Black Boy. Enemies made out that he was a black bastard begotten by a black Scotsman. Okay, we propose that many, perhaps most present-day Scots are descended from the same types of ancestors who produce these personages. See, and that's why when the apostles mention the Scottish, the Irish, a lot of them are Jakes. They look like Edomites, blue eyes, blonde hair, pale skin. They look like Edomites, but there a lot of them are Jakes, and oh, you got these fucking wimps, man, these sissies, man. You know, you guys are bringing Edomites in the camp, and you guys are doing this when you don't understand the fucking history, man. Did you just see what we just read? Right? It said we propose that many, perhaps most present day Scots, who are what they look like Edomites, are descended from the same types of ancestors who produce these personages. Because why? The majority of Jakes, a lot of Jakes were sleeping with Edomite women, and their seed came out later, and those men slept with Edomite women, and it just kept going on for 2, 3, 4, 5 generations. That was the thing. And the nigga can't get it, but then you show him, look at Drake's son, or look at what's that basketball player I was bringing Mo? I forget his name now. He's his father's Levi, all right. His mother is Irish, I believe. You know, and he looks more like his mother. And then when you look at his son, just 1, 2 generations, that's he's a grandfather now, that Levite, to that son, but his son looks like an exact Edomite, but he's an Israelite, he's a Levite. You know, and there's many more examples. Okay. Further, we suggest that their forebears were Mediterranean Jews from Spain, France, Spain, and Portugal. Okay, so that's just a little information about the Stuarts. He said, look, pretty much the Stuarts are dark skinned and Semitic. So uh, let's go to the actual book. Here's the Demonology. Okay, was first published in 1597 by King James VI of Scotland as a philosophical dissertation on contemporary necromancy and the historical relationships between the methods of divination used from black magic. It was also reprinted again in 1603 when James took the throne of England. The widespread consensus is that King James wrote them. Hey, you got diamond tools today. That's funny. You got diamond tools. That's if brothers know, you know. Yeah, right. Like if you used to burn CDs or used to burn games and that do all that shit, diamond tools, demon tools. A lot of this computer shit is demonic anyway. But Demonology, in response to skeptical publications such as Reginald Scott's The Discovery of Witchcraft, which that book I believe bigged up pretty much, and yeah, it contains a small section intended. Well, it was meant to, it's like it. The Discovery of Witchcraft is a book published by the English gentleman Reginald Scott in 1584, intended as an expose of early modern witchcraft. So these guys were probably witches trying to deny witchcraft and say, "Oh, you guys are fanatics and you're crazy and this and that." But look, King James's work was, look, I want to see, first of all, is this real? I downloaded this book, but I couldn't bring it out. That's why I just went on Wikipedia. But I downloaded this book because a lot of the pages that I downloaded it from in the PDF, it was like, I don't know who originally went through it. There's a lot of pen marks and words crossed out. You can't read it fully, so Wikipedia still gives you a good summary, okay, of what this book is about. But um King James, the main point of this book was, look, I want to first of all scout the land and see if this thing is real, if people are practicing witchcraft, and then I want to see if it is real, if there are demons, if it's just hocus pocus. I want to prove this. That shows that he was, the Most High was dealing with him, man, not just with the scriptures to print the Bible. Okay, he wanted to see, and you're gonna see how this worked. This book is a three-series. It's 3 books. Okay, and a news pamphlet in 1 volume. So this book, diamond, it's like a demonology or demonology, included a study of demonology and the methods demons use to bother troubled men. The book endorses the practice of witch hunting, which is righteous. Okay, the scriptures, the book of Leviticus mentions about if anyone does witch, pretty much burn a witch. Don't suffer a witch to live. Okay, in this society, oh, witches are cool. Witches, I have a few witch friends. So let's go to book 3. Look, and like I said, look, you can read the yourself the summaries, but the book 1 argument is the following topics regarding the description of magic, the division of the various magical arts, with a comparison between necromancy and witchcraft, the use of charms, circles, and conjurations, the divination of astrology, etc. So this is going into actual witchcraft. Hey, is this real? What are people practicing? What's the method of the day? You know, what's really going on in my land? I want to scout the land. What's this about? Is it just talk, or is it just superstition? Are people scared? So book 3, the third book, is the conclusion of the whole dialogue. This is where people stop, and this people never really start. They just see the book. Like I said, look, King James pushed demonology. He was a Satanist. You fucking you spineless worms, man. Look up information, research. The third book is the conclusion of the whole dialogue. James says that demons are under the direct supervision of the Most High and are unable to act without the Most High's permission. And he shows how the Most High uses demonic forces as a rod of correction when men stray from his will. Brother, that's a thing that GMS pushes today. We tell you, look, demons are under control from the Most High. through the apostles. They showed us, look, we don't have free will, and the demons aren't doing what they want to do. They are under instructions from Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, which would exactly prove the Most High is omnipotent, all powerful. Both left and right is under his power, okay, or under him. It says demons may also be commissioned by witches or magicians to conduct acts of ill will against others. He quotes previous authors, okay, who state that each devil has the ability to appear in diverse shapes or forms for varying purposes. Ultimately, the works of demons, despite their attempts to do otherwise, will end in the further glorification of the Most High. See, and he goes into different demons and what their name. Look, he has people. He was a serious man, all right, and he witch hunt and he put certain real witches to death. Okay. And he also wrote this book I wanted to bring out. I did a lesson on this years ago. This is a very good book he wrote. Basilicon de Rome is a treatise or treatise on government written by King James VI of Scotland, who would later also become King James I of England in 1599. Okay. And that was a problem when you read why was he known as the sixth and the first? He was the sixth of Scotland, and the first Stuart line, which was Scottish. He was the first king of England as well, which was a problem. Okay? Because at that time, you had Edomites coming up, man. All right? You had Edomites coming up, and this was a man who was clearly for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Okay? Now, in the second book, James encouraged his son to be a good king as opposed to a tyrant by establishing and executing laws as well as governing with justice and equality, such as by boosting the economy. It is important to invite foreign merchants into the country and to base the currency on gold and silver. Likewise, according to James, a good monarch must be well acquainted with his subjects. Hey, what does the scripture say? Know the state of thy flock, right? I believe that's the book of Proverbs. Know the state of thy flock. And so it would be wise to visit each of the kingdoms every 3 years. During war, he should choose old but good captains to lead an army of young and agile soldiers. In the court and the household, he should carefully select loyal gentlemen and servants to surround him. When the time came to choose a wife, it would be best if she were of the same religion and had a generous estate. However, she must not meddle with governmental policy or politics, but perform her domestic duties. Bro, I'm reading this and I can just see an Israelite, because this is not an Edomite. He's putting the woman, he's saying, look, don't let her get abroad. Okay, she doesn't have political power. She can't, don't let her speak in your ear, okay, about, oh, I think you should do this and this policy. No, she has her domestic duties. She's not meddling in government politics. As for inheritance, to ensure stability, the kingdom should be left to the eldest son, not divided among the children. That's scriptural. Jacob, right? Reuben, thou my firstborn, but that was through the spirit. He slept with Jacob's concubine. He was defiled. But that's a scriptural thing, man. It goes to the eldest. That's it. You got 10 sons. Well, guess what? 9 of them, hey, you got to do your own thing, bro. Cuz it goes to that first son, the firstborn, right? It says lastly, it is important to James that his son would know well his own craft, which is to properly govern over his subject. To do so, he must study the laws of his kingdom and actively participate in the council. Right? The council is what, like you have today. You have city council, city hall. Hey, we have this issue. Hey, people are complaining about this. Hey, this is what's going on here. Get yourself involved. Hey, what's going on from an early age, man, so you can understand. Don't just okay. I'll leave it to the councilman. Don't worry about that. You got it, chief. You got it. Look, he's telling you how to actually rule a kingdom, bro. Not just kick back, just pop harlots and drink wine and enjoy life. No, bro. You gotta serve. Firstly, you gotta serve as a king. To be served unto, you have to serve. Just like Yahushua, he came to serve. He didn't come to be served unto, right? He came to serve. So when you're a king, when you're of a highly position, camp leader, second in command, you're not just kicking back. You're serving. You know, it says, furthermore, he must be acquainted with the mathematics for military purposes and world history for foreign policy. The final portion of the Basilicon Doron focuses on the daily life of a monarch. For instance, James advised his son to eat meat and be strong for traveling and during wartime. He must also not drink and sleep excessively. That's in the scriptures as well. That's in the book of Proverbs 31 and 3. I'll start at 3 in the NLT. Do not waste your strength on women, on those who ruin kings. It is not for kings, O Lemuel, to guzzle wine. Rulers should not crave alcohol, for if they drink, they may forget the law and not give justice to the oppressed. Alcohol is for the dying, and wine for those in bitter distress. Let them drink to forget their poverty and remember their troubles no more. See, and that's for brothers as well. You take a break, man. You got your yayan. You can drink that moderately, but take a break, man. Your liver needs a break. All right, a lot of our livers just need a break, man. If you can't go without drinking for a month, 2 months, a season, shit's bitter, I know, but the spirit holds us up, not the wine. You know what I mean? It's not the wine that holds you up. It's not the Ray nephew. It's not it's not the cognac, right? Those things are nice to fall back on when you've had a brain shaker of a day, yeah, spirit shaker. You're just torn this way and that way by Satan. But hey, when you're really in the spirit, you don't really need that. Okay, the spirit upholds you. It gives you everything you need. Okay, let's go back and finish this. It says, furthermore, his wardrobe should always be clean and proper, and he must never let his hair and nails grow long. See? That's in the scriptures. Paul warned you about that. Right? Does not nature itself show you or tell you that have a long hair for a man is shameful? Right? In his writings and speech, he should use honest and plain language. Esau didn't take that one, that's for sure. Esau didn't take heed to that. He made the laws and everything so complicated. Here's the fine print. You read this paragraph, but there's a fine print. You got to read the fine print. All right, the devil's in the details. Right? The speech today is not honest, and it's damn sure not plain. It's damn sure not honest either. Okay, all of these guidelines compose an underlying code of conduct to be followed by all monarchs and heads of state to rule and govern efficiently. James assembled these directions as a result of his own experience and upbringing. He therefore offered the Basilicon Doron to his son with the hope of rendering him a capable ruler and perhaps to pass it down to future generations. All right, so that furthermore proves that. And I don't know if I read that. No, I didn't. It didn't show that. Oh, nails. Yeah. So yeah, like people saying about he was a homo and this and flamer slakia. He must never let his hair and nails grow long. He said, look, that's feminine. In the actual book, when you read the actual Basilica on their own, he lists, this is a summary in Wikipedia. In the actual book, I read the book. He actually said, look, that's actually feminine. When you let your hair and nails grow long, that's feminine. You have to par your nails and cut your hair. All right. So I hope you're edified with that. Like I said, man, it's just a quick search. You got people talking about oh uh, 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 King James, he wrote demonology. He was studying demons. He's a Satanist. He's not for the Most High. Look, you people are stupid. Anyway, kahalalim la Yahweh ba'ashem Yahweh Shai ba'ashem Rachak Shalom to the elect.